Do you often wonder if your manifestations are on the way? Well, I'm going to give you 3 powerful signs that your desires are about to show up. So, the first one is, and I have felt this many times before my creations show up, and that is I get this feeling of calmness. Okay, and you'll start to feel this calmness and literally just naturally detach from the outcome. Okay, so you're no longer obsessing over the when or the how that your manifestations are going to show up in your life. Okay, and how it will happen is a major clue that it's on the way is going to be that you get into this state of knowing. So perhaps some of you have heard about this mysterious birds before landing, and you're looking for these birds everywhere. But I'm going to tell you from personal experience and over 50 plus years of experience in manifesting, there's not going to be a flock of birds that land anywhere other than your yard. All right. What you will see is your alignments and synchronicities showing up, things that are telling you that your thoughts and desires are in alignment with your subconscious mind. When those 2 things, or actually 3 things, I have to add the emotions from your heart. When your emotions from your heart and your desires and your thoughts are in alignment with your subconscious, it starts reflecting on the outside. All right, because everything starts on the inside. Everything begins in your spirit life. All right, and your outside world is literally a reflection of what is going on inside of you. All right, so you will start seeing signs of alignments and synchronicities, and you're going to experience oftentimes sudden unexpected changes. Okay, so things around you may seem to fall apart or shift suddenly. And this can oftentimes feel very uncomfortable, but it is just the universe's way of rearranging things in your life to make room for your manifestations. Okay, and no matter what it is, it could be something really big that you're trying to manifest. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to happen to you, but I'm just bringing the awareness to your attention that sometimes we can experience sudden changes, sudden losses. And now, for instance, I'll give an example of what happened to me when I was manifesting one of my dream cars. The current car that I owned was just falling apart. There was all kinds of things going wrong with it. And then, I got a little frustrated, but I was like, I'm going to get my dream car. And literally, boom, pretty swiftly, I received my dream car pretty much out of nowhere. I mean, it didn't really come out of nowhere, but that's what it feels like when your focus, is on work and stuff like that. But I was in the state of knowing when I spoke my dream car into existence. I knew I would have it within a certain time frame, and it did happen exactly that way. But the car that I was owning, oh my goodness, it was literally falling apart. Okay, and that's just one example of how things can totally shift on you. Now, another synchronicity you might be experiencing, and let me know in the comments if this has happened to you, but I know that just before my manifestations arrive, I start seeing repeating numbers such as 111 or 11111 or 222, 333, 444. You get the message. And even certain other numbers like 717, 917, 1017, 1212, 1010, numbers like that. Now, I have looked into what all of these numbers mean in the Hebrew language, because in my decades of research, the language that we should be studying and using is Hebrew. All right, that is the language of our gods that are rulers, okay? And so basically, like 111, one means that the universe is telling you you're on the right track. And I'm going to make another video if I don't talk about each of these numbers in this video, because it would just take up way too much time to add it to this video. But if you guys would like to know what each of those repeating numbers mean, comment down below and let me know if that's something you're interested in learning, because I'd be more than happy to make a separate video about repeating numbers. So this is one of the most obvious signs that you are on the right track and that your manifestations are beginning to culminate into your 3D reality. And that is, you will start seeing unexpected opportunities and coincidences literally just showing up like out of thin air, okay? And what that means is that circumstances and opportunities start lining up in ways that just seemed way too perfect to be just mere chance. So these synchronicities may come in the form of meeting the right person at the right time, or receiving an offer, such as a business offer, or perhaps a business loan, or a loan to get a house, or finding unexpected resources just when you needed them most. Now, I can attest that this has happened to me more times than I can count. There has been numerous times where I was running low on cash for gas money just to get myself to work and back home. And I kid you not, I would run into a store on my way to work, buy some $5 or $10 item that I actually needed. And of course I expected cash or money back in return as change after I gave them a $20 bill. But come to find out, when I got back to my car, and yes, I know I should count the money right then and there when they give it back to me, but I'm always in a hurry. So anyway, so upon counting the money when I'm in my car, I realized that the cashier gave me back an additional extra $8, which literally was enough to put in my gas tank, you know? So this happened to me. Like I said, I can't count how many times it's happened to me. Has this happened to you? All right. So when things begin to literally just fall into place without much effort, I mean, it is literally a very powerful sign that you are in alignment with your subconscious mind. So I'm just going to be very forthcoming with you about this next so-called sign, because I know that in the manifesting community, this sign is put out there as a definite sign that your manifestations are literally going to be coming into your reality swiftly. All right. And I have found that this particular sign is not a sign at all, but rather a reflection of what's going on in your subconscious mind and also thought transmission. All right. And I will explain why. But just because you may see your specific person's name reflected everywhere in your reality, you know, you might see their name when you're reading a newspaper, or you're at work and a new guy has the same exact name as your specific person, or the new girl, all right? Or you see their name everywhere on social media. That has nothing to do with you and receiving your manifestation concerning your SP. It doesn't. What it really has to do with is that your outer world is reflecting the fact that either they are thinking about you constantly or you are thinking about them constantly. And it also is a reflection of those thoughts, whether they're yours or that SP's thoughts. bombarding your subconscious mind, okay? It's a reflection of your subconscious mind. And yes, we can take on the thoughts and feelings of other people, okay? That has actually been scientifically proven. So I needed to be very open and honest with you. Personally, when I have seen the person's name that I am trying to manifest in my life everywhere, like literally, I did not manifest that person swiftly, all right? Usually that person showed up in my life up to like 5 years later, okay? There was other signs that I had personally, but that was not one of them. So don't think that seeing your specific person's name everywhere is birds before landing, because it's not. And I have to say that because the manifestation community loves to promote that as a definite sign. And although it is a great marker for where our thoughts are, and that it also shows that we are literally on the right track, it is definitely not a birds before landing sign. And I know that personally. Like I said, I have been manifesting, whether deliberately or non-deliberately, for nearly 50 decades or more. And seeing my specific person's name everywhere was not a sign that my manifestation was going to be there soon. Actually, it was just the opposite. So there are so many so-called signs that can show up in your world when you are trying to manifest, whether it's a person, place, or thing, or money, okay? Now, you have to remember that our outer world is literally a reflection of what's going on with our thoughts and our subconscious mind. And these signs literally are just showing you that you are on the right track, and you really need to persist, especially if you're new to manifesting. You need to be committed to persisting in your desires and having positive self-talks with your subconscious mind, all right? And unless you get into that state of knowing, like I can get into that state of knowing instantly, you need to persist, okay? And if you know how to harness the emotions of your heart, then that is going to literally fast track your manifestations like nothing else. And also, I have mentioned in my other videos that if you have the gift of clairvoyance and you know how to use it, especially in lucid dreaming, you can literally instantly manifest what you want if you know how to use your clairvoyance abilities and gifts, especially at nighttime. All right. And I have videos that I have created that literally talk about that and how you can learn to sharpen your clairvoyant skills. So in my personal experiences, there has been only two like real telltale signs that my manifestations were literally knocking at my door. And that was the lucid dreaming and visions that I had, and also how certain things were just effortlessly lining up in my life. All right. Now, the other so-called signs, such as repeating numbers or seeing someone's name everywhere, along with the other signs that I mentioned in this video, they are signs definitely of your subconscious mind and your thoughts being in alignment and just literally reflecting out into your reality. That's my personal experience. Now, your personal experiences can be completely different. And I would love to hear from you. If you would like to share those particular signs and experiences you have had in your life, I would love to hear from you. Because I've mentioned this before, everyone's manifestation journey is so unique. And what has worked for me may not work for you, and vice versa. Okay, there's definitely certain techniques, you might say, that I have always used that worked so phenomenally well, like instantly well. Now, unless you are able to shift into the state of knowing, like I'm able to do that quite easily now, you need to just be patient. And I know this is hard because I struggle with patience. That is probably my biggest weakness, is being patient and waiting for my manifestations and creations to show up in my life. But if you're willing to embody impatience, or not impatience, but patience, I don't know where that came from, woo, and stick to being committed to having those positive affirmations, speaking them, scripting them, whatever methods that you find work for you. If you're willing to do all of that, then you will definitely receive your manifestations. You just have to learn patience. And honestly, in 50 years of manifesting and creating, a lot of my manifestations did take several months, even a couple years at times. And yes, you can absolutely manifest instantly. And I can do that quite easily now. But not everything can be manifested instantly. Everything, in my experience and personal opinion, is everything has divine timing, all right? Yes, things can be instantly manifested. So just hang in there. I'm so glad that you all stuck with me till the end of this video. And I hope that you all got something out of this video. And if you would, please hit the like. And you know what? If you enjoyed this video or found it educational or beneficial, please share it. That would be wonderful. I'd really appreciate it. And most importantly, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell notification, because I know that you do not want to miss my next video.